Hey everyone, Matt here with Dukes Models, and welcome to part 7 of the Kinetic Hornet build review. Up this time, the Pylons. Alright, looking at the Pylons, these are pretty straightforward. We've got a bunch of halves that go together, and then the anti-sway braces go up the middle. So, starting with the center pylon, trim it, sand it, glue it. It helps to clamp these a little bit. The clamp won't really stay on the very end, but it can help provide some pressure. And lock it in place there. Glue a little bit more. While that's setting, let's go ahead and do the main centerline tank. Testing out the fit of the sway braces here. It's actually fantastic. Got to give Kinetic credit. A lot of sway braces with, even brand new kits aren't all that great, but these are fantastic from not only a detail perspective, but from a sort of sprue arrangement perspective. They don't have the weird sort of offset cut thing that the Hobby Boss and Trumpeter ones have. They've got a nice post that slots right up into the pylon. Just glue it in place and done. So this is just seeing how it fits onto the tank. It works. So next, let's go ahead and get that pylon mounted to the bottom of the fuselage. Easy enough, but as you can see here, there's a little bit of wiggle. So, time to scrape away a little bit of the ridging on the back side here. Back it goes. Definitely better this time. Still not perfect. It's going to be tough to ever really get perfect though because of the curvature of the Hornet's fuselage right there. But close enough. And real quick for giggles, let's put this thing on its wheels. Look at that. No need for any kind of nose weight. Even if you push on the aft end, it'll go back to the wheels. So after that interlude, let's get back to the pylons. These are again the typical putting many halves of things together. Tossing in glue to make it all stick. The pylons are, nicely free of any sort of flash. The halves line up really well. And even under just a small amount of some sort of solvent cement, the front edges especially just blend together. It's almost like you don't even need to sand them at all. You may want to pay a little bit of attention to that upper edge though. But then, they go together. Let's go ahead and remove a bunch of these little sway braces. Again, you can see how nicely these are molded, or how nicely these are molded to the sprues. It's very easy to remove them, very little cleanup needed. And they just drop right in place. Little dab of glue, and you kind of get the idea here. So we're going to do a little fast motion to get the rest of these installed. And now let's get these twin vertical ejector racks. So my original intention was to do 2 of these, but I accidentally pinged off one of these anti-sway braces to the depths of the garage floor. And then decided, you know what, fuck it. I'll just do one of these and play with some other weapons for other pylons. But these go together, just as easily as the main pylons do. These are very much a plug-and-play type of situation. So there we have it. Now let's get these suckers installed. You can see we've already got 1 and 2 in. There's no need to really belabor installing every single one of these, because again, it's very plug and play. These are pylons that actually fit. They don't have massive gaps within the curvature of the wing or anything like that. So nice and easy. Just place, glue, move on. Now with this one, when I was drilling out the holes, I didn't make this forward hole large enough. So use the X-Acto to bore it out just a little bit. Wipe away the excess, and there we go. These are nice pylons. Compared to the other modern jets I've worked on, these are definitely some of the best in terms of ease and fit. So if you're tempted to go hunting around for aftermarket ones, I don't really see the point. These work just fine. Now let's move on to the LAU-7 Sidewinder launchers that go on the wingtips. If you look here where they meet with the wings themselves, there are these little raised ejector pin marks. Bad. You definitely want to remove those, and it helps to have a nice pair of sprue cutters that can get in there and literally shave them off. Just like that. And then a little bit of light sanding. Now, these launchers are not in any way covered by the instructions, and so there is no guidance on which way is forward, which way is back. And it really helps at this point to consult reference photos, because that is actually backwards. So turning it around, there we go, just like that. Now here I'm just going to place it with the AIM-9X just to see how it looks, how it all fits. Pretty good. Can't really complain about any of this, except for the lack of coverage in the instructions. So, Sidewinder's got to go. Now we're going to glue this sucker down. Just a quick little swipe of Tamiya Extra Thin, hold it in place. Let gravity do the rest, and moving on to the port side. Once again, a quick swipe of Tamiya Extra Thin just to hold it all in place. And we're good. Now, one last thing to think about here is installing that twin ejector rack. So, test fitting revealed that it actually needs these posts trimmed back just a little bit in order to properly fit. And once it does, it fits just fine. And this is definitely not a weak point of this kit. The pylons and racks and things like that all fit with no problem whatsoever. And with that, we're good. So we're going to shut this one down and go ahead and move on to part 8, which will deal with the tails, the stabilators, the canopy, and various upper surface details.